Whose turn is it?
I think it's Grandpa's.
Hi, my name is Olivia. This is my brother Sam and my sister Kate. We are helping our grandfather show you a very special deck of cards.
My grandpa invented cards to help blind and visually impaired people have fun.
So, Grandpa, why did you invent these cards?
I invented cards for the blind because about 10 years ago, my father, who was 85 at the time, lost his vision. My father loved playing cards, and he was not happy that he couldn't play cards anymore. We tried various alternatives such as Braille cards and other things that did not work. I was able to come up with a system of notches along the edge of cards that made it possible for my father to identify the cards.
Why didn't you just use Braille cards?
Braille is wonderful, and it helps many people read and identify things. The problem is, for senior citizens in particular, it's hard for them to learn Braille. As we age, we get neuropathy or loss of feeling in our fingertips. And so learning Braille is difficult. This is why I came up with an alternative to Braille.
How does the notch system work?
The notch system is very simple. On the cards, there are notches across the top and the side. Now, the cards are reversible, so it doesn't matter which way you hold it, up or down. Across the top, it tells you the suit. Like this card, I feel, and there's a notch over here. That tells me it's a club. When I go down the side, there's a single notch near the upper side edge. That tells me this is the ace of clubs. So I tried to keep the system very simple, one or two notches along the sides and only one notch across the top, in which the location of the notch tells you what the suit is.
Is it hard to learn the notch system?
The notch system is actually very easy to learn. My father, I explained the cards to him, this was 10 years ago, and within 15 minutes he had a good idea of what the cards were, just by feeling across the top and the side. Within a half an hour we were playing his favorite game of euchre.
How is the card game different than cards for the blind?
Playing with these cards versus a regular deck is almost identical. The only difference is when a player plays their card, they announce it out loud. Like right now, we are playing euchre. If Olivia played a card, she would simply lay it on the table in front of her and announce the card. That way, the visually impaired player would know what had been played.
What card games work best with cards of the blind?
Card games that work best are card games where the players only hold 4, 5, 6 cards in their hand at a time. There are some games like maybe Pinochle or Bridge where you start out holding 13 or 14 cards, something like that. I would think that would be very challenging, but there are many games, even poker or euchre, tricks, cribbage. These are all games where the player only holds 4 or 5 cards, maybe 6, and they work well for the visually impaired.
What is your goal in making these cards?
My goal in making the cards started out 10 years ago was just to allow my father to have some fun and recreation with other family members. In the last 10 years, more people have learned about the cards. I've expanded the deck to a full 52 cards. Euchre decks originally only had 24 cards. My goal now is just to let people know about the cards so that more blind or visually impaired individuals will be able to have fun with friends and family and a little enjoyment in their life.
How can people learn more about the cards or order a deck of visually impaired card plates?
There's 2 ways to find out more about the cards. One is you can email me at cardsfortheblind@gmail.com. Or if you'd like to order a deck, you can go to etsy.com/cardsfortheblind. That's etsy.com/cardsfortheblind. The cards are easy to order. If you order them on Etsy, any money that we make is used just to buy more cards, pay expenses. We're really not trying to make anything. Over the last 5 years, we've given hundreds of decks to blind individuals and agencies that help the blind. And through Etsy, we've sold the cards to at least 30 different states in the United States and several countries around the world. So I would encourage you to investigate this. If you are the loved one of a visually impaired person, or if you are a blind individual, find out more about the cards. I think they would add some fun to your life. Okay, whose turn is it?
I think it's your turn.
Thanks, kids.